have a podium.
Right.
So this first poem is one that I did at Louder Than a Bomb last year. It's called The Bedsheet's Point of View. I am filthy. My white linen cover is stained with dirt and sweat. I am used. I get nothing but a few fallen coins from the pocket of your men to collect in my corners, nothing but the sweat which falls from round, salty droplets to stain my fibers yellow. But on the corner where your head lays, there are the little white spots of your tears. Salty like your sweat, but your tears taste like the wishes you keep tucked in your back pocket. Don't you know that every time you slide your pants to the ground, those wishes fall out, and those men step all over them? I can hear you at night, down below me, picking up those wishes and wiping off the footprints with fingertips stained green from those bartered dollars. I don't think a slip of paper is worth what you just gave up, but no one ever listens to me anyway. And sometimes it gets so boring just lying here, so I stick to the sweat of your skin so I can almost feel like I'm moving. When your feet twist in me, I feel a little bit alive. But then I am back to being hopeless, because I can do nothing except lie here listening to the noises you make. You sound like a rattling piggy bank with only a few pennies left. But I swear to God you are magic, because I have heard you die 1,000 deaths on top of me, and yet you are still alive and kneeling on my covers again and again. I want you to tuck in my corners. I want you to buy me a comforter so that I will look beautiful, and I want you to let me hold you sometimes. I want to wipe the handprints from your skin. I want you to notice that you and me, we have so much in common. You see, your body is just as used as my sheets. Every person that lies with you is on top of me, and I was bought, just like you. And I have never felt like more of a price tag than when you found me at Target. You see, I didn't get any say in my life either. I was bought like you are every single night, like you. I am still waiting for someone to buy me a comforter so that I will look beautiful. I am still waiting for someone to hold me at night. You see, you and me are so alike. Thank you. So thanks. This next poem, it's going to be my last poem because I have a very small amount of time. But unfortunately, I don't have it totally memorized, and I didn't want to stop talking on stage. So I'm going to have to read it. I apologize. But it doesn't really have a title yet. And I also apologize. A lot of my stuff is very sad, and I've never had to do two back-to-back, so I hope I don't get too depressing. But here goes nothing. There is a little girl that lives just down the street from here with big brown eyes and cheeks like a baby's that dimple every time she smiles. She wears her hair like it's something in her way, pulled up out of her face into a bun that's always slightly lopsided because her hands are too small to twist her curls yet. And her nose is covered with little brown freckles. And her mama told her that those freckles are where the angels kiss her when she's curled up all warm in bed. And that's what she told the kids in her class when they laughed at those freckles. But she doesn't know what to call the bruises. She thinks of them like a galaxy, a universe in black and blue and dusty faded yellow that proves to her that no matter how much her hair or her eyes or her face looks so much like Mama, she'll always be Daddy's little soldier. But this little girl has more in common with her mother than she thinks. Because while her mother might be buried in a box 6 feet under this dark brown earth, This little girl is buried under fragile white bone and slippery red muscle that breaks and tears with every fist that falls. If only she could be stronger. If only she could hold her head up, but lately it's been feeling so very heavy, and the skin that cakes her body is feeling so tender that every time she shifts in class, she's back at home where fists fall like raindrops and every day is a thunderstorm. Her daddy sees the outline of every insecurity, every failing that he ever had in the outline of those bruises. And he spends his night wishing that he could lift his little girl up and find her a womb to crawl back into, because she looks so undeveloped, like she needed more time to develop, like even though she was born, she's still a fetus. But his stomach is empty of everything but beer, and even though he just wants to hold her and tell her, "It's okay, baby girl, you're safe here," he can tell that she doesn't believe him. And this little girl, she spends her nights looking at her ceiling, wishing that the bed was warmer because she's been feeling awful cold these past couple years. Like every little bit of energy has gone down to mend everything that's broken, but some things keep their scars. And sometimes she's so angry because this little girl can count her years on 2 hands and how many birthday parties she's had on 1. And all she wants to do is walk down the hallway of her school with a tank top on, so she can finally feel the air on her arms and look people in the eye. With a smile on her face and her cheeks all puckered in with their dimples, she wants her dimples to be so big that she can fall into them and never have to come back out. Her daddy just wants to see her smile again. It's been so long since he heard the golden sound of her laugh, the patter of her running feet. It's been so long since she looked him in the eye with her shoulders up and her dimples showing, and he just wants to hold her and tell her, "It's okay, baby girl. You're safe here." But sometimes he lets the red-soaked disappointment and beer and the image of his wife's gravestone get in the way, and he holds just a little too tightly. Thank you, and I think I'm out of time.